What up, guys? So I literally haven't slept. I'm wide awake. I don't know what's going down, but I gotta make that money. I'm about $750, $800 away from hitting the $1,250 for the week. I hit $300 on Thursday. So if I hit today, tomorrow, and Sunday, I'm in the green, baby. I'm in the green. Yesterday I met a lady during lunchtime I dropped her off at Ruth's Chris off Dearborn. She's told me that she was going to like some kind of meeting, like NIB. I didn't hear her correctly, but it was something to the effect of 20 people all meet up together and they network, but each one of them has to have a different profession. So one's an accountant, one's a real estate agent, one's a lawyer, one's a doctor, and it's 20 different professions and careers. And they meet up on a regular basis, and it takes time, and you have to be qualified, and everyone has to vibe and like each other. It's a new thing I never heard of, but she was a real estate agent. She's talking about how she's lived in San Diego and New York, Chicago, and Seoul, Korea. I love it. It's very interesting, the people that you get to meet and ask questions and learn from. People I would never have received new thoughts from before. However, I'm playing this chessboard of life, and if I don't make a decision, that's going to be a decision of not making a decision. I want to pursue more what I find is true and real to me in life and actually worthwhile in this life. Like, I think becoming a lawyer or a doctor or a pharmacist or a pharmaceutical salesman is all a means to an end of just making a lot of money. But it's corrupt and unhelpful to society. At least if I was going to do it, I don't believe in it. Maybe others can find a way and they serve God through it, but I think it's not what I'm meant to do. Or even being a police officer. I like these eye-opening videos and knowledge shared through Russian vids about 33. I mean, even police is 33. It's like, what the fuck is going on with all that shit? I wonder if I can get in contact with him. What's he doing now? Why did he stop making videos around the time that Q started posting? They cannot be connected. There's no way. Russian vids said Donald Trump was, part of the elite Freemasonry satanic cult because his face was orange, and orange is 33. So there were some things I didn't agree with him. Like orange and 33. Like, what the fuck, dude? And he says that Bill Hicks is Alex Jones. So I guess I should start developing a mind for myself here and find what my real true desires are. Because yes, my desire is to make $52,000 this year. But that is a fairly small goal compared to what I can accomplish and what others have accomplished. But it's going to be good for my own self-confidence to actually achieve that. Because I had set a goal last year to make that, and I didn't make that. There's cops all up in here. Up in here. Up in here. So, Steven, the dude Steven showed a video of Detroit, but hey, at least Detroit's roads, the roads that you showed in your video were better, man. Some of Chicago's roads are fucked up, bro. You hear all this bumping I'm doing? I'm on the south side. I'm on 83rd and Ellis, guys. Pray for me. But I need to be wary now because this may be my third ticket, and I do believe if you have 3 unpaid tickets in Chicago, your vehicle will be booted and you won't be able to drive until you pay the tickets. And I think there's going to be even a greater fee for having the boot put on and then getting the boot removed. And I think I have 3 unpaid tickets now because I contested the 2. And I contested them because I didn't know that I needed a city sticker. I did receive one in, I think, around October that I'm grateful I didn't receive more of, because I could have received one every single day I did not have a city sticker. But I really didn't know. I'm not even sure how I received one in October, because my vehicle was still registered in Schaumburg, or in Hanover Park, really, in my parents' home. Even I believe now that I grew up in Schaumburg, because I don't say Hanover Park when people ask me. Because people know Schaumburg more than Hanover Park, so. And that was basically in Hanover Park. That's where I went to high school, right, half a mile and I'm in Hanover Park, so. I mean, in Schaumburg. Yeah! Yeah! So that's what's up, man. I hope I don't get no boots. But I contested both of those tickets and still haven't received a response. Nothing in the mail. Even the ticket that I got around October or November, I didn't even see it on my vehicle. I received it in the mail. So that one was weird. That's why I contested it even more. Like, I didn't even know that I got a ticket. And my whole response, my defense letter, the whole thing was just talking about how I park here all the time and I never receive a ticket. Why? And there was no signs anywhere that said I couldn't park here at this time, because I didn't know that I needed a city sticker. I didn't even understand when it said that. It said like the reason why I got a ticket was because no city sticker displayed, and I went completely over my head. I had no idea what that was talking about, because I had never received that ticket before, and I didn't know that I needed a specific permit. I didn't know I needed to pay a wheel tax until I got the one in February. Then I think it was in February, and I was like, oh, wait a second. And I looked around, and some vehicles had that sticker and some didn't. But then I was like, okay, but every one that did have it, it was similar in nature. So I'm like, okay, maybe I need that. And then it hit me. The one in November completely went over my head. I really had no idea. And that's why I didn't get one. I just continued having one. I'm glad I didn't get one in multiple of those. But I really shouldn't have until January, February, because my vehicle was still registered in Hanover Park. Right? I mean, they can't give me a Chicago wheel tax if my vehicle isn't registered in Chicago. They could just, unless they're really watching my vehicle and they see it's there every day, then they can, like, I do want to talk with the police officer about that story. What happens if you do get robbed? I guess they'll go over that in the concealed carry course. I hope so. That's how I'm gonna. I mean, what's gonna happen if I shoot someone and they die? That's fucked up to think about. I don't even want to consider that. I'd rather never have to use it. And that's what I'm considering. If I do have to, I'll try to just disarm them in a way. That's what I was considering. Now, what I can do is I can get like a taser or something. Like a taser or pepper spray. Those things are not as lethal, as deadly. Roads closed. What the fudge? What the fudge, Waze? I'm going to tell you this road is closed. Event. I'm going to say construction, because that's kind of what it looks like. There's big freaking things in there. And it's like, and then yet it still tells you to go down the road that's closed. Man, now it's 13 minutes away. What the fuck is this? What in the fuck, dude? Waze is giving me some super wacky directions. So I want to finish the books that my Uncle Grant gave me sometime soon. Maybe I should spend more time reading than watching YouTube videos before I sleep. I may start doing that, so I'll finish these books. I want to finish The Art of the Deal by Trump too, but I do like to stay up to date with these current, these current events, especially like Dustin Emos, the QAnon dids that he does. That's what I wrote down earlier today, that I want to associate regularly with people that inspire me, that are motivated, that have a purpose, a passion, principles, morals that I agree with, that I honor, that I admire. People that excel in fitness and friendships and finances, in relationships and money, and in health and wealth, and business. Those three things: fitness, friendships, finances. I mean, people say their wife is their best friend, right? I also want to start dancing, guys. I gotta find some kind of free dancing lessons and classes and free swing dance. I feel like I'm white, so I should be swing dancing, Not just salsa stuff. I'm not, but it would be good to have both swing and salsa. Swing and salsa. I should combine them both somehow. Find a way I can do both and start my own swing and salsa club. That'd be raw. I had a lady that talks about she went to Drake, which is a hotel in Chicago, a very ritzy hotel, for New Year's, for a Halloween party. And she's like, yeah, I mean, girls you'll be surprised what women will put up with for a dance partner. And I was like, oh, all right, here's 69th. I'm going to 69th Plaza through the alley. Yeah, so maybe before I get a conceal and carry while I'm waiting, because it may take 90 days. But what I can do is get that Taurus, get that gun, and just have it in my house. There's some crazy shit that goes down over there, and it's about to be summertime, although I did already survive a full summer. So, whatever. Alright, DeMarcus, 1409, I'm here, dog. Oh, there you are. This is you. I'm gonna call you just in case. Insurgent pretty high out here. But, yeah, I'm considering what Owen Wilson, I believe his name is. We got another meal. McDonald's, the same one. I hope it's open now. I was just there. Well, they're gonna pay me either way. They gonna pay me either freaking way. I gotta remember to market like a marketplace. Yeah, Owen Wilson, he said social currency is the most valuable currency. And if you can make people laugh, that's a pretty high value, entertainment value. Entertainment is an industry, a profitable industry. So I would love to really get into the entertainment industry in some form or fashion and actually be a successful comedian, musician, similar to Owen Wilson. I do like his things. His things are pretty funny. Obviously, it's not gonna be, but it could be a long-term career. Leaving a pretty solid legacy. Similar to George Carlin. You know what I'm saying? How many people do I know that have pursued a career in comedy? None. Me personally, I don't know anyone. That's why it never crossed my mind. Obviously, I've met funny people. And some people laugh just because of my personality and energy. Okay, maybe that's a lie, I suppose. I've been to a comedy show. I've seen Mark Nathan do a stand-up comedy, but it was very different type of atmosphere. I saw Jim Brewer live, and Mark Nathan opened for him. But it was very, very different. You know, this guy, Mark Nathan's already had a career in theatrical performance, in theater. He'd already played the genie in Aladdin. And he was a different character, you know. That, like, the idea never struck me that I could potentially do it at all. 0%. Because this guy was like an emerald in the multi-level marketing business, Amway, and he was a big leader. He was like this big guy, you know, that I could never even hope to attain anything that he had achieved, or have his type of personality. So there's no reason for me to even consider the thought, perish it, and it never even came up. So, but I mean, now it'd be pretty dope. It'd be pretty dope. I could practice it here, you know, practice it while I'm driving an Uber. See the types of responses I guess I get, but it will be more legit on stage in front of a crowd, seeing more people's reactions and things. I can do whatever I want in that open mics, but I think I was the last one. There's got to be tons of open mics all over the city. I just got to look for more. That one comedian. See, when I'm driving Uber, I meet way more comedians. There's that Muslim place, the Star and the Moon. I've met way more actual comedians driving and improv comics driving, which is really cool, you know. And they're very relatable, maybe similar age, or I can get along with them. They don't seem like so far out of reach, you know. Like I could do too. It's inspiring, man. Inspiring. Inspiring stuff. Alright, so I think I'm going to watch Dustin Amos' latest QAnon video while I get pelted with snow and ice and rain this beautiful St. Patrick's Day. I gotta express my admiration of Ted Nugent. I saw the video with Steven Crowder and Ted Nugent, and I didn't know that Ted Nugent was such a badass. He's a cool dude. He really expresses how great America is and how awesome people are all around us, and how it used to be too back in his day when they followed that, the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The 10 Commandments. The Constitution. Really driving those things home. Man, some good stuff right there. Just dropped this guy off. Hermes Trucking, Suite 140. Hermes NVC, Suite 140. I think I'm in Bolingbrook right now. Yeah, I'm in Bolingbrook. He kind of inspired me to get my trucking license. Cause, fuck, I could probably pop 100 grand in the year. Just being a fucking trucker. Long distance trucker. 52 cents a mile. That'd be so freaking dope. I'm thinking eventually, if I could double my income and potentially pay off all of my debts in half the time. So instead of being debt-free in March of 2022, I could be debt-free in March of 2020. In 2 years instead of 4. As long as I maintain and the expenses that I currently have, which is about $3,000 a month. $3,000 a month. Including all of my credit card payments and rent, car payment and insurance. I could also potentially, if I do enjoy it, I could potentially buy my own truck, have my own truck, and do Uber Freight or something. The guy said he needs truckers. He's looking for truckers. They have a shortage, and my parents are telling me the same thing. I could be in the trucking industry, driving a truck long distance. I'm a single dude. I don't need to stay anywhere. There's no reason for me to. And if I don't have a permanent job, I can just do Uber. I should get my CDL. Maximize my income instead of, get the same amount of money in half the time. I'm already driving. Why not fucking drive a truck? That sounds dope. It sounds super dope. I mean, if I'm already driving 1,000 miles, 1,000 fucking miles a week. Let's say I am. I don't think that's a fact, but let's just say I'm driving 1,000 miles a week. A 1,000 miles times 52 cents is $520. Fuck, right? $520 a week. I'd have to drive more than 1,000 miles. But, granted, I'm not going long distance. Most of my Uber rides, I'm not on the highway the majority of the time. So, let's get on the CDL game, yo. And because that dude, he came to America. He went to Maryland, then he came to Chicago. Lives in Romeoville now. Just had his first baby. He's got 2 Mercedes. He just sold the 1 Mercedes. So now he's got 1 Mercedes. The dude just came to America like 6 years ago. Started out, it was working in a restaurant. His friends were making way more money as truckers. So then he became a truck. He got a CDL with his friends. Was a trucker for a few years, and then started his own trucking business. Now he understands how to fix trucks. He's got his own fleet of drivers. This guy's been here, been in America for 6 years. He's got his own trucking company now. Living in a very nice home in Romeoville. He's got Mercedes-Benz. He's doing well for himself. Very well for himself. What's stopping me? If there's going to be autonomous vehicles coming in the near future, why not double my potential income still being a driver? Still a fucking driver. What I can potentially do, though, is... So I would have to keep my awareness before my trips. I'll have to keep my awareness and know where the fuck I'm going to be driving. Because I plan on concealing it and carrying. I'll probably get on Zello again, start communicating with my Christian Friends channel. Fuck, I think I should do it for show. So in order to make it worthwhile for me, I'll have to go from making $4,000 a week to $8,000 a week. Not a week, a month. I want to be at $100,000 a year. That's what I want. I'll do it if I can make $100,000 a year. I wish I had taken his contact info, because that was his first Uber he's ever taken. I wish I had gotten his contact info, because it's just easier when you're in person. I should have, because it's just not the same applying online. Let's see if I can call. I'm gonna Google it right now. The light's about to turn green here. Well, potentially I should do a little more research. Which trucking company is gonna be the best paying for me? Which one do I like the people the most? Which one speaks my language more? Because I don't think he doesn't speak English. It's not his first language. Perhaps I can work for a trucking company where English is their first language. Or maybe not, and I can learn a new language. Coyote trucking seems like a good shebang. I mean, I could be a trucker for 4 years, pay off all my debts in 2 years, and then continue just being a trucker for 2 more years, pocket $200,000. As long as I maintain little expenses, find a way to live out my truck Just live out the truck, dude. Eat my current diet that I already am. Rice, beans, potatoes. Get the little plug-in so I have electricity in my truck, and just plug in those little burners. And have some stainless steel pots and pans. That'd be fine, dude. I'm pretty excited about that, actually. I'm thinking about how much my worldview, my perspective on life has changed fairly drastically compared to what I used to firmly believe to be true. At least hope to be true. The statement that imagination creates reality. I remember even asking Mark Nathan that, and he said that he agreed. But I don't believe that to be entirely true now in my life. That what you imagine now will eventually be your reality later. The statement I told you guys, imagination is simply the preview to life's coming attractions. I don't fully agree with that statement. Think about Leela's channel, Nevolution. She imagined that she had won the lottery many times and did it as a practice, as a routine. She still has not won the lottery. If it were a fact, then many people would win the lottery, right? If it were a fact, what I just imagined now in my brain, because I had the song playing right before the passenger got in. I'm just saying this is what I imagined, because I got a hot passenger that got in. She was attractive. And right before she got in, the song was saying, alright, this song is entitled Love in Outer Space. I'm sure we've all imagined having sex in outer space and the weightlessness of that. I was like, no, I've never imagined that. So that's what I was imagining. And that's never going to happen. I'm never going to have sex with that girl in outer space. Plain and simple. So imagination does not create reality, okay? In a sense it does, but not everything you imagine is going to become real. It's just impossible. I mean, imagine if I said that. Imagine that if I imagined we did it on Mars or something. I'm never going to be having sex with no girl on Mars. It's just physically impossible. I don't even believe that we can go in outer space. I believe outer space is a hoax. Depending upon the size of the load, if I can fit like a squat rack in the truck, that'd be pretty dope. I could exercise. A squat rack with a pull-up bar in some way. It may not take up that much room. I imagine like 2 bars on the bottom, 2 bars on the top, 2 in the back, 2 in the bottom, 2 going up. I don't know, some kind of one that I can unassemble or reassemble so it takes up less space. With a pull-up bar on that shit, I can fucking exercise wherever the hell I am. That'd be badass. Alright guys, so I stayed on track with the plan fairly well today so far. It's 5:03. I've gone over the amount of time for biking because it was pretty fun. It's pretty fun out here. It's not too cold. Tons of people walking around. everyone's in a good mood, most people anyway. Smiling and greeting. Two women were like, "Oh, I like your hat." I'm wearing this hat you guys see me wear all the time. They're just trying to, engage in conversation because they find me attractive, of course. But it was fun. It was so fun. Maybe two or three other women were like, "Oh, you got pizza in that bag and my caviar bag." That's great, yo. That's great. And there's sexy ladies too. So many hot women walking around. It's freaking fantastic. And I was having a blast, especially around the 4-hour mark. I was like, boom, I got that human growth hormone engaged, and I was like, all right, on fire, going faster than ever, weaving in and out through all the traffic, flying past all the cars that are stuck in massive traffic. It was so fun. Felt like that video, the best Chicago bike messenger, whatever. I was like, dude, this is sick. This is so fun. And then towards the end, I think I'm starting to get a little dehydrated. I'm starting to feel thirsty. Not really thirsty, but more fatigued. So maybe I am dehydrated. I just need some more water. That's what I'm gonna drink. I'm going to the Lyft meetup right now. Lyft is hosting a place at Pizza Hut at like 1501 Northwestern. And they're having free car washes, and during the ice this morning, I was driving through, my car is covered in salt. It's not that attractive, especially when the sun shines on it. You can really see all the dirt. I bet you I haven't shut my door yet, so I don't have any salt on my legs, luckily. But I think I'm gonna drive barefoot because I'm wearing these Converse All-Stars, and they really jacked up my toes, smashed them all together. And sometimes when I'm biking, I'll lose a little bit of my balance and kind of have to really, slam on the ground hard to gain control of myself. And if I have normal good shoes, that's not a problem. But with these things, man, it really jacks up my feet, and they're in pain. They were in a lot of pain, even when walking. Not horrendous, but not a pleasant sensation. So I want to get some new, good biking shoes, or just not wear these anymore, because I can't do it for an extended period of time. I forgot my other shoes. I try and switch out my shoes. I have this philosophy of things, except for my jackets. I always wear this jacket very often because I just really like it. But I have many other jackets. But it's just not as good as this one. Multiple black jackets I do have. But there's not as good as this Lyft, like North Face. It's a badass jacket. I like it a lot. Except for the string in the back. But for most things like shoes, I change it out. That's just, I guess just especially shoes. Every day I swap it so that one day it kind of gets a chance to rest and air out. And then I'll use a different pair. So I try to alternate shoes every day to have them last longer. So that's why I switched to these shoes. But I don't think I can wear these when doing any type of physical activity, because I'll try and relace them, like my cousin Derek showed me how he relaces his Converse so that they don't mess with his toes. But I've already relaced the first section, the first one. So maybe I'll just relace all of them and see if that makes a difference. So I'm going to get my car nice and washed, and then I think I'm going to go till about 8, pop in a final 3 hours. That would be about, I forgot what time I said I started. I think I started at 11, or right around 11, from 11 to 5. Wow, so that's like 6 hours, huh? I guess not really. I guess, yeah, really. 11:15 to 5. That's like freaking almost 6 hours. I didn't realize it was going that long. The last one, the girl wasn't there, so now I've got a steak fajita and a flauta. I'm gonna see if I can give it to someone at this Lyft thing or something. Maybe a passenger, I don't know, because I don't want it. I just ain't feeling that. I'm in a good habit of food that I like to consume, and that's not it. It's not a part of it, so. Luckily, everyone else did. I got nonstop Postmate after Postmate. I kept Uber Eats on just because. Oh crap! This is Milwaukee. I kept Uber Eats on just because I think I generally get paid more with them. But then I didn't get any for a while, so I was like, all right, let's turn Caviar on and then Postmates. And then I had got the Postmates, and then never ending, you know, before I even dropped off of Postmates, I would get another one. So when it's like guaranteed like that, I just take it, and then I don't have to mess around and turn on different apps, see which one's better. I don't have to think, you know, just accept it and go. So hopefully I get good tips, because I know kind of average maybe $10 an hour on Postmates, or probably closer to $8. You do 2 deliveries an hour, which I think is realistic. And I really, when they give me those bonus things, I really think it's going to be 1 delivery per hour, because that's definitely possible, depending on what the restaurant you go. If they haven't ordered ahead of time, and you have to order, and you have to wait in line, and then all of that takes a lot of time. It could be a 1 delivery per hour. So I don't like those where they send you out these stupid bonuses. Hey, if you do 9 deliveries in this 4-hour period, you will guarantee you'll make $90. And it's like, it's beyond my control, really, if I'm able to do that. And then I'll have to cancel orders that are already prepaid and done. It's like, I don't understand why you do that, just so I'll be online. Maybe it's worked. Maybe their numbers shows it worked, but I'm not doing that. But I was thinking maybe I'll rest a little bit and then do Caviar, because Caviar's got the $8 bonus tonight. So, but I don't think like I said, I was about halfway through earlier today, and I bet you I made about $50, and that's 6 hours. I hope I made more than that, but I think I made about $60 or $50. So maybe I'm at 200 right now. So I need to make another 100. Fuck, right? Fuck. I hope they got a pooper at this Pizza Hut so I can evacuate my bowels. Yep. So we're gonna see, guys. I'm gonna do the numbers before I turn on the Uber and Lyft apps. But there's a lot of drunk people walking around here. They be everywhere. I see a green, that's for sure. As I was biking back to my car, one car was pulled over. Damn, this girl in these super tight yoga pants, in her high heels, she just busts out, starts walking across. Yeah, I was biking back to my car. There was a car pulled over in the bike lane, basically. And I was kind of mad at first when the door was wide open. So I got closer and I see, oh, it's an Uber, and this dude's puking. It's not even 5. It might have just turned 5 o'clock. This dude's out puking in the Uber out the door. Like, WTF, man. Idiots. Foolish drunks. I generally find the term idiots and morons and retards offensive. I don't like to say those types of words, but I have no shame calling those guys that. It's like, what the fuck? Is that fun for you? Throwing up on St. Paddy's Day, is that fun? You enjoying yourself now? Freaking stupid. So stupid. Oh man, did I miss my turn again? Yeah, I did. So that's what I'm thinking, guys. If I can get a CDL, start doing some trucking, still stay in shape, exercise like the guy I saw in the YouTube video, but make double the money, I can get a Bitcoin way faster and get out of debt way faster. Like, yo, this could be seriously worth it. Like, seriously. Man. Hot holes. So keep that thought in the hopper. So I think I might have a shot at being a comedian, stand-up comedian sometime. That can be funny. I picked up a lady named Lauren and her 3 friends, 2 female, 1 male. The guy sat in the front. When Lauren gets in, she's the first one in, she comes in and sits right directly behind me. She starts telling her friends how reincarnated she feels and repaired in the brain after the meal that she ate. It was like barbecue chicken or something. And none of her friends really concurred with her. But she was trying to get her male friend excited about going to a bar later that night, like, but he was like responding like whatever. And I was like, she's like what's going on, don't you want to go? He's just like, and I was like, yeah, don't you feel reincarnated? And then all of her friends bust out laughing, even the dude. I wasn't expecting that response so much. It was beautiful, it's flawless, and then they loved me. I was kind of cracking jokes a little bit. That was great. It was a good experience. And then she's like, oh, this guy's like using me as comedic relief. And then she waved goodbye to me like that, and I did the same. That was an experience of love. So I just wanted to remind myself that Postmates is really not economical or productive in earning income right now, unless I do something to earn tips. What can I do that would compel a person to give me a $20 tip, like the Facebook dude? All I can think of is getting a 3D camera, GoPro, mounting it to my head, and live streaming the video to YouTube. And testing them the link so they can watch their delivery happen. I don't have that kind of money to get a GoPro 3D right now and that can live stream to YouTube. I don't know how those guys make money with Postmates, because literally this is why I want to remind myself. Today I could have hit my goal of nearly $300 if I didn't do Postmates. I did Postmates for 4 hours because it was nonstop, and I made $20 bucks. And unfortunately, you can't really see it that well. I made like 20 bucks. $25.91. in 4 hours. Average $6.48 an hour. Uber, I did 6 deliveries. With Uber, I only did 2 hours. 7 deliveries. And $46. Almost double. Average $23 an hour. I actually averaged more on Uber Eats than I did on a bike than I did on regular Uber. Average dollar per hour. As crazy as that is. So I should have just kept doing Uber Eats. Man. But I stopped because I didn't get an order for a little bit, and I figured I could turn everything on. It was like really nonstop for a while, but then it wasn't, so I probably should have just waited. Because man, now I'm just hoping I get tips with Postmates. Let's see if I got tips on Postmates. I also did Postmates on Monday or Tuesday. Let's see. Yeah, I did. Okay, I got some tips came in. An $8 tip there. That was nice. $8, $4, $3. So about $16, $15 of tips, which does help. Definitely helps. So that's what I'm thinking. Hopefully I get those kind of tips change. Let's see what my new Postmates is. So it did help. On Monday, instead of earning $10 an hour, I went to $15 an hour when I included the tips. I don't know how likely it is that I'm going to get more tips come through when that was on Tuesday, and it's been Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days later. But those tips helped me to at least get $15 an hour. So hopefully I get something. Yo, I hope so. But that was only 3 hours. I legit went for freaking 4 hours today. So Uber Eats is the bomb.com. I can't believe I made that much, dude. In 2 hours. That's freaking phenomenal. Heck yeah. Actually, my math is a little bit off there. To get it a little more accurate, I changed it so it's a little different, but still made much more with Uber. It's closer to $18 per hour.